Our universe. It all kicked from a hot, dense state about 13.8 billion years ago and has been expanding ever since. For basically all of human history, that was the whole cosmic picture we could imagine. But now, in the wild world of theoretical physics, a new idea is shaking things up: the multiverse. It suggests an entire ridiculously vast cosmos might just be one bubble in a cosmic form, a single reality among countless others. It's a revolutionary idea, pushing the absolute limits of science. But what if I told you this wasn't new? But what if this vision of infinite world has been described thousands of years ago, not with math and quantum mechanics, but in ancient Sanskrit? That's what we are exploring. We are going to look at the sacred scriptures of Sanatan Dharma, also known as Hinduism, and put them side by side with the latest theories in physics. Are these two totally different ways of seeing ancient spirituality and modern science, somehow describing the same mind-blowing reality? Way before telescopes, ancient sages in India were already mapping the cosmos, and their vision wasn't stuck on just one universe. The scriptures of Sanatan Dharma, especially the Puranas, talk about a reality jam-packed with innumerable universes. The Bhagavata Purana, a highly revered text, paints this incredible picture of countless universes called Brahmandas or cosmic eggs. A famous verse says these universes float around like tiny dust motes in the sky. Some texts describe these cosmic eggs as being nested in 7 layers, like earth, water, fire, and so on, though the exact details can vary from one scripture to another. This wasn't just a vague philosophical notion, it was baked in their cosmology. A powerful theme, particularly in Vaishnava traditions, is that there are infinite universes and that some have their own creator god Brahma, their own preserver Vishnu, and their own destroyer Shiva. The Brahma Vaivarta Purana even adds, who could possibly count all the universes, each with its own divine trinity? Maybe the best story to capture this is about Brahma himself. In one famous narrative, the Brahma of our universe goes to visit Lord Krishna. When he gets there, he is asked a simple, baffling question: which Brahma are you? Suddenly, countless other Brahmas are summoned, some with thousands or even millions of heads. He is the creator of their own universe. Our Brahma, with his humble 4 heads, realizes he is the creator of one of the smallest universes around. This isn't meant as a little astronomical chart, but as a powerful theological story to show the infinite scale of reality. What's just as fascinating is the concept of time. In the West, we often see time as a straight line from a beginning to an end, but Hindu cosmology views time as cyclical. The universe goes through endless cycle of creation, preservation and dissolution called Kalpas. A single Kalpa, just one day in the life of Brahma, is said to last 4.32 billion years. That's in the same ballpark as the current scientific estimate for the age of our Earth, 4.54 billion years. A numerical similarity that, while scientifically a coincidence, is still pretty fascinating. The scriptures describe Mahavishnu as the source of it all. With every exhalation, countless universes emerge from his skin, and with every inhalation, they are all drawn back in, waiting for the next cycle. It's an eternal dance of existence and non-existence. Okay, let's jump forward a few thousand years to modern physics. Here, the multiverse isn't a spiritual vision, but a theoretical consequence of our best scientific models. And let's be crystal clear, the multiverse is a hypothesis and not a proven fact. There is no direct verifiable evidence of other universes yet, but a few compelling stories hint they might be out there. One of the most popular ideas is cosmic inflation. Think of an early universe as a loaf of bread dough rising in a cosmic oven. This theory suggests that in the first fraction of a second, the dough expanded exponentially fast. Eternal inflation proposes this process never really stops. It might stop in our little pocket, letting our bubble of the loaf cool down and form a universe, but it keeps raging on everywhere else, constantly blowing up new bubble universes, each potential with its own unique laws of physics. Then you have the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. This solves a quantum mystery. At the subatomic level, particles exist in a weird haze of possibilities until they are measured. The many world theory says that every time a measurement happens, reality doesn't pick one outcome, it splits. Think of it like a cosmic choose your own adventure story. Instead of picking one path, the universe story splits, and every possible outcome plays out in its own parallel storyline, its own separate universe. This is an interpretation of the math we already have. It doesn't make new, testable predictions that set it apart from other quantum interpretations. Finally, some theories, like cyclic cosmology, suggest the Big Bang wasn't a one time thing. Instead, our universe might be like a cosmic accordion, one in an endless series of expansion and contraction, endlessly rebounding from a big crunch into a new Big Bang. These models are highly speculative and don't have empirical confirmation yet, but they are an active area of research. All these theories come from different places: cosmology, quantum physics, and attempts to understand the Big Bang, but they all point at the same startling idea: we might not be alone in the cosmos. So, we have two incredibly rich pictures of a multiverse. One is ancient and spiritual, the other is brand new and born from mathematics. Are they talking about the same thing? To figure that out, we have to understand what each one is for. Imagine a friendly debate between a scholar of Sanatan Dharma and a theoretical physicist. It's like they are both looking at the same masterpiece painting. The Sanatan Dharma scholar would be like an art historian explaining that the multiverse in the scripture is above all metaphysical. The universes in the Puranas are not just physical spaces, they are realms of consciousness, driven by divine will. Their existence has a purpose: to be a grand stage for souls to go through the cycle of karma, life, and rebirth. Stories like Vishnu's breath aren't meant to be scientific theories. They are a profound metaphors for the infinite and cyclical nature of reality. This truth is found through spiritual insight, not a telescope. The theoretical physicist, on the other hand, is like a chemical analyst studying the paint itself. For them, the multiverse is a potential side effect of physical laws. Ideas like eternal inflation are extrapolations from the math that works so well for our own universe. This multiverse has no purpose, it just is. Its reality isn't a matter of faith but of evidence. A scientific theory has to be testable, something you can potentially prove wrong. And that's the huge challenge. These other universes might be forever out of our reach, making the whole idea incredibly difficult, maybe even impossible to test. So the scholar talks about a purposeful, conscious cosmos revealed from the inside, while the physicist talks of a non purposeful, mathematical cosmos inferred from the outside. Even with their huge differences, the parallels are pretty stunning. Both frameworks challenge the idea of a single, one and done creation. Both Sanatan Dharma and some multiverse theories describe a reality of endless production. Sanatan Dharma has Mahavishnu breathing out universes, eternal inflation has a quantum field spawning bubble universes. One is a divine metaphor, the other a mathematical model. But the core idea of a universe factory is surprisingly similar. Both embrace mind boggling vast time cycles and cyclical patterns. The Hindu concept of Kalpas, cycles of creation and destruction lasting billions of years, finds a conceptual echo in modern cyclic models that propose endless Big Bangs. And both suggest that what we see isn't all there is. It's like both are saying reality is a building with more floors than we can see. In Hindu scriptures, you find the concept of lokas, multiple planes of existence or worlds. In physics, string theory suggests there might be extra dimensions beyond the three of space and one of time we know. The scholars describe these hidden floors as spiritual realms, while the physicist speculates about hidden physical floors. They aren't describing the same floor plan, but they both agree the building is bigger than it looks. So, is Sanatan Dharma's multiverse actually real? The answer really hangs on what you mean by real and how you search for truth. From the perspective of the scriptures, the multiverse is an absolute reality, divine, cyclical, and infinite. From a perspective of modern physics, the multiverse is a fascinating and plausible hypothesis, but as of August 2025, it remains speculative with no consensus on any observational evidence. Science can't prove the scriptures, and the scriptures aren't trying to be a science textbook. What this journey shows us isn't proof, but a profound and humbling resonance. It reveals that the human mind, whether through ancient spiritual inquiry or modern scientific rigor, has kept bumping into the same awe inspiring idea that this reality is likely far bigger, weirder, and more mysterious than we can possibly imagine. Maybe the most amazing takeaway is this: ancient sages and modern scientists, separated by thousands of years and speaking the totally different languages of metaphysics and mathematics, might just be trying to describe the very same magnificent reality. They are both staring in the same cosmic abyss and whispering back what they see. Are we simply rediscovering a truth that our ancestors already knew? If you find this trip through ancient wisdom and modern science fascinating, be sure to subscribe and share this video, and let us know in the comments what other ancient concepts do you see echoed in science today. Thanks for watching.